it going, folks? Voodoo Stache here. We're going to work on the deadlift a bit today. Depending on your level of where you're at strength-wise, mobility-wise, oftentimes I'll have people start off from the top so they can really work at that hinge from an elevated position, so it makes it a little bit easier. As you get really good at hinging and loading, then we work your way on down towards the floor. So check this out. So I've got my bar somewhere here, pretty close to hip height, so I don't got to really dump down to get. I kind of just from a standing position right from the start. Big thing when we're doing a hinge or a deadlift is you want to think about your ear, your shoulder, your hip, all being a straight line. Is one thing you want to think about. Second thing you want to think about is what your shins are doing. Your shins should be vertical because all the motion should be happening from here to here. Your butt pushes back, ear, shoulder, and hip are all a straight line coming down and coming back out. Notice that this line here from your rib cage to your pelvis should stay the same the whole time. It shouldn't open up and get bigger. It shouldn't collapse and get closer as you're hinging forward. These muscles, after you've breathed in, taking a breath in, bring your rib cage down, so you should say rock hard. So whether I'm all the way down here, it should be rock hard. As I'm coming up, it should still be rock hard. When they turn off, it's when they'll jump on into your back. So be aware of those little pieces here. So I'll walk you through it. So I'm gonna get my thumbs pretty much on the outsides of my thighs and find my grip. Once I get that grip, I'm gonna take these shoulders, pull them back and down. I take a deep breath into my big breath in, expanding my rib cage, and I'm gonna bring my rib cage down. So now my abs are nice and braced, so those muscles are rock hard from my ribs to my pelvis. I'm gonna think about my feet. My feet are growing into the floor. All 3 points of contact are totally level. I'm not on the inside of my foot or the outside of my feet. They're all locked in place. From that position there, I'm gonna slowly hinge until my hinge stops. That's where my hinge stops, my butt stops going back. That's as far as I'm gonna go. And then I'm going to press those 3 points of contact into the floor to bring myself back up. So oftentimes I'll work on here with an eccentric kind of loading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drive up. Or I just may do normal deadlifts from here. Go to where your hinge stops. Coming back up. Coming down. Coming up. The most common areas I see people struggle with is they will hinge forward, and then they get stuck here, but they want to bring the bar lower. So when they start reaching, and that's when they start coming in, their back coming down. And then when they try to come up, they go, but here's their back, and then their butt comes second. It's all got to be driven from these glutes and these obliques and hamstrings here. All these things have to be staying together. So all these things are turned on and working as we come down. Everyone's fully loaded, then this is what's going to bring you up. So this line, ear, shoulder, hip should stay a straight line. Ribs to pelvis should stay consistent the whole time. It shouldn't get wider, shouldn't get smaller. And that is how you're going to keep yourself safe and strong in all your hinging exercises. Enjoy.